KTN News.
So now the government has directed all schools to give parents adequate time to purchase uniform for grade 7 children, and that no child should be denied junior secondary admission for lack of uniform education. Lack of uniform, sorry for that. And Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu says while a distinct uniform for grade 7 learners is a key requirement, it should not be used to negate the government policy on 100% transition. Speaking at Nairobi Primary School after witnessing the distribution of textbooks, Machogu father promised all public primary schools that capitation money will hit school accounts by early next week. Shadrach Miti with the rest of the details.
Publishers, parents and the government at large say junior secondary admissions witnessed across the country signifies huge strides achieved in the CBC transition. And with the pioneer CBC grade 7 learners set for junior secondary rollout, the government says all the necessary requirements, including teachers and books, are already in place.
My hope is that these students are received in all the schools where they were, as was envisaged by the government, and hopefully they can continue learning without disruptions.
While public schools have teachers already posted by the Teacher Service Commission, the biggest challenge remains inadequate infrastructure, especially laboratories. For instance, at Nairobi Primary School, school principal says the school has a good number of graduate teachers ready to deliver on junior secondary curriculum. And except for the laboratory, which is still lacking, the school has 6 classrooms set aside for junior secondary.
Okay, currently we've identified 6 classrooms where we're going to start JSS, and at the moment we do not have a lab. We also do not have a workshop, but we are working on that.
We have the graduate teachers who have specialized in some subjects, and those are the ones we'll use to teach the junior secondary.
We have requested the members of parliament, because they get CDF funds, that we can be able to partner with them in order that before the end of this year, we can have laboratories in each and every one of our junior secondary schools countrywide. And also, we have been in contact with the World Bank, and we thank them so much, because we are in agreement that they will be able to give us funds that will be able to put up 10,000 laboratories countrywide.
But it is on school uniform that parents will breathe a sigh of relief. This is after the government directed all schools to allow parents adequate time to purchase the required uniform for junior secondary. The government has provided textbooks in all the learning areas for all learners in public junior secondary schools at a cost of 3 billion shillings. However, private schools will be responsible for the purchase of books and other learning materials.
There are challenges because the Presidential Working Party, when they changed the criteria of hosting of these students from high school to primary, there was a shift, and that has caused some of our schools that had put up standalone secondary schools.
Junior secondary will have 12 compulsory learning areas and a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 2 optional subjects. Compulsory learning areas are English, Kiswahili, social studies, religious education, mathematics, integrated science, health education, pre-technical education, business studies, life skills, sports and physical education. On the other hand, optional subjects include virtual arts, performing arts, home science, computer science, foreign languages, indigenous or sign language. Meanwhile, schools planning to carry on with extra tuition, which demands that learners arrive in school as early as 6 in the morning until late at night, may have to reconsider their way of delivering and covering the syllabus. Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu says learners shall be in school not earlier than 8 in the morning and not later than 4 in the evening.
You find a 5-year-old kid is woken up at 4, at 5, taken to school, and sometimes they are leaving school even after 5. I'm very categorical on this, and I want all the school heads, including the secondary schools, this is even affecting the mental health of our young pupils. We want them to have enough rest.
A total of 1.2 million learners are expected to join junior secondary in over 20,000 primary schools, both public and private schools. Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
So now away from matters